Hey, I'm McBee and I Brick. I got with me tonight ABC Builds. He is a seller on Bricklink and Brick Owl as well, and also a proprietor of some newer things, and a friend of mine from CLUG. Hopefully, we're going to have a couple more people come in tonight as well. Invites are out. Talking to me about coming in tonight. GSB is working tonight, and I've sent a message out to Bot to come in as well to come in and help if possible. Donnie, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody? Say hello. Just assume this is a different crowd than what would normally see you on a Saturday stream or something like that, because there actually are people who have never watched the Saturday streams but do watch the seller stream. You're on.
All right. Hello, everybody. Appreciate you joining in. So my name's Donnie. I run ABC Builds. I've also partnered with the Brick Chick. She is out of Canada, but she does engraving, and so I'm going to be handling the U.S. side of her orders and things. And so we're excited because there's definitely a need to be filled in the AFOL community and in the Lego community as a whole, to what we provide with engraving on bricks. We have an engraving machine that does everything from the standard brick badge bricks to we're branching out and starting to engrave on glass panels, and we have lots of different projects in the works. So we're excited. We're excited to get feedback from you guys in the community to let us know what you want engraved and what you want it on. And so we're looking forward to seeing how much we can push the Brick Beast to do and see what the limits are with it. But yeah, this is our beloved Brick Beast. It's just a overpriced fancy router, as Big B said before. But yeah, it's an amazing machine. It really has the capacity to do lots. And hopefully, while Big B is talking about some of the other sellers' stuff, I'll get it fired up and we'll engrave some things here. So
Cool. Now, how did you happen to fall upon this?
I took the
Well, no, I
blue
mean,
pill.
I'm just trying to sort of put this out there because everybody's looking for other opportunities. Everybody's looking for one way or another to diversify what they're already doing with their Legos, where they're selling it, how they're using it, how they're putting out other things in the market. And I remember when you came upon this, you approached me, and I've told you, like, I fully support this. This is awesome. This is a great idea. But I'm really glad that you joined us to talk about it. But if you can elaborate without giving away anything, I mean, I don't want anybody to give away trade secrets in public. But if you can talk about that.
Yeah, so what it was is my good friends Jen and Steve Camden, they run the Brick Chick out of Canada, and I met them at a Lego convention show, and we hit it off, and we've spent the past year and a half or so working together, and basically we saw the need for engraving in the community, and with all the excitement of the brick badge bricks, because whenever you go to a convention or there's really a limited availability to get personalized engraved bricks, and so we saw that need and the response we got from the AFOLs and the other everybody in the Lego community, and we wanted to provide that service, but not only that service, but have an opportunity to expand upon it with other products and other things outside the box of just the 1x8 brick badge. And so
Now, just a quick question: you're not you're doing custom stuff, right? You guys never go into the realm of actually recreating something that Lego has already done, correct?
That is correct. We only do custom things because we got to keep it happy between us and
Well, exactly.
good
There
old
was actually a
Lego.
question. The reason why I asked it, there was a question from Coldwater in the comments of how you could reproduce a vintage movie poster for the Palace Cinema and that type of thing. So you wouldn't be able to reproduce anything that's already been done by Lego, and people could no longer get a hold of. But you could do something that if somebody sent you a GIF or a GIF or something like that in the future, get into the future part why later.
Yes.
You may be able to recreate that. And when we say future, last night Donnie was also, I hosted the Saturday stream, and Don and talked a lot about this and what his future hopes were for this. A certain, we'll call it line. I'm sure there's a more technical and exact term for it, but as far as the graphical side of things, think of it as a line weight. And the router bit is only so large or so small. And after that, you get into issues of can it cut through this, and density issues, and so on. But I'm sure that Donnie can discuss this further. But right now they're working on one thing, but he has a lot more in mind of what he'd like to do with this. But back to how you came into this. This is a really great deal for them because they're able to operate a business on both sides of the border. It's two separate businesses, but it's sort of shared resource as such.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is something that other people could do as well if they were located in one country, and because of taxation laws or import laws and stuff like that, they could work with a friend in another country and share the resources of the machine, get through and sort of expand upon or share what you're already doing with others.
Yeah, so we just wanted to be able to fill that need in the community because people are really creative. Everybody in Lego community, it's amazing to see what they do with bricks, but they also had a need for engraved bricks for modulars, for trophies, all sorts of things. If you wanted to rib your friend and give him a 1x8 that says you're one stud off, I mean just that market alone was an amazing pool. So, and the response we've gotten thus far has been incredible. So, I see you're still staying pretty cool over there, B.
Oh yeah, watch this. I won't do it now, but if I have it on me, it was just Peggy on 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, you're gonna turn on your camera and your computer's just gonna start melting.
Oh, it will. But so what I was saying is, but you're going into more and more things, and just as you come up with new things, you're expanding upon the palette of the company that everybody's got to stay fresh with, right? You're asking people. You're actually, in order for you to fulfill this, you're asking people in the community. You're sort of challenging them with what can you do? Give me an idea of what you want to see, right?
Yeah, exactly. I want to find out because you guys have been building for much longer than I have, and so with that experience and with the desires, we want to hear from the community, kind of a wish list of can you do this on this element, and right now we're within the confines of a 2D workspace, mainly bricks, anything with a flat surface, but in the future that we're hoping that will change, and we have ideas for that. So, but we're definitely looking towards the community to see what you guys need because you know what you want, and hopefully with our expertise and this incredible machine, we'll be able to provide that for you.
Yeah. And in the future, as you go further and further, and you test the machine with smaller and smaller cutting tools, the more possibilities there are for you. You would be essentially printing multiple layers upon the same element in order to obtain those different line weights, if you were able to ever get there. And that'd be really
Yeah.
great. That would be really great. That would be perfect for doing the etchings on the clear elements that we were talking about last night. That would be so sought after. You know, like a custom window above, you know, in an office. You don't have to wait for the set to come out for that. You don't have to, you know, go get this or that or pay a really high end fee to have a lot of stickers or printed. You could just have it etched in there quickly, and then a custom order of what color paint you want it filled with. And you can even do you said you can even do multiple colors of paint. So
Yes, that's correct.
that's really cool. That's it's going to be
Yeah,
different.
it's exciting. It's exciting. It's really fun to see what the community comes up with, because everybody sees a different angle of the box or thinks outside the box differently, and it helps us and it helps them when they put forth their ideas and come up with things that we would have never thought of. And
You just came upon, but the great part is you just came upon this because, you know, you have experience already with Lego. You're friends with these people, or you became friends with them because of your experiences with Lego, and because you already have knowledge in sales because of the store, you're able to, you know, take on this load. Great.
Yeah.
Good on you, man. How is the actual Lego store doing?
it's going okay. I've had a lot of stuff going on in life in general, so I haven't had the time to devote to it to grow it. Because as with anything, the time you put into it is what you get out of it, and so it's been okay, and I'm happy with the pace it's going, because any busier, then we would have to reorganize life to make things. But with this new outlet of the engraving machine and the partnership with the Brick Chick, I I have more than enough on my plate, and I will continue to grow the store. I just need to get things in order, and so
Well, this is a great opportunity. So I mean, I can see why.
yeah. But I am interested to hear what you have to say about the new features for that they rolled out. All those wonderful things that we've got to work through from the Bricklink goodness. So
As far as
with
the new automated system,
yeah,
or the
all the
automated,
automated stuff, and
I think
there's
it's
some
great.
other
I
things
honestly,
they've
with whatever problems there are, whatever problems there are, they are putting out fires left and right rather quickly. From what I understand, I mean, in the beginning, I started seeing messages from people who were receiving orders for the automated payments, and they never showed up on their ordered list. And Brooklyn quickly fixed that issue, and then it popped up with something else that I saw, and they quickly fixed that. So they're putting
no,
out
the
they seem
team
to be
is
putting out
great.
all the fires, and, you know, being really quick with every little problem that arises with it. I'm sure that the other issues that exist will be handled. I mean, the problem that I have is with taxes, and I'm sure that will be handled once the initial rollout bugs are all fixed. So, I mean, right now you got to just sort of. I mean, they're revamping a system that's how old? When was the last time Bricklink was actually? You know, so.
Yeah. But yeah, they're doing a great job. I just wondered how you rolled with it, and I the bottom line is I'm thankful
I just
for all these things.
perfectly honest with you, man. I rolled with the punches and turned the other cheek a lot. Has to happen. It's going to be a rough ride, and, you know, nothing rolls out perfect with anyone ever. I see less problems with this than I did with the that came out. So, I guess the thing I said before, the biggest problems I had were I had a bug where I was restricting the size of my maximum first class to, I think it was 8 by 10 by, because that was the maximum volume of the bubble mailer that I had.
Uh-huh.
It was in inches, and they were transferring the system over to millimeters, where it should be, because all the measurements are already done in centimeters. They changed it to millimeters. They didn't adjust my numbers, and so I couldn't estimate my shipping costs for anything. So all I did was go in and I looked at my shipping settings and saw that I had set this parameter as a maximum.
Mm-hmm.
I shut it off. I refreshed my screen, and it worked. I emailed Bricklink, let them know that I had a bug, and this is what it looks like it was, and let them also know what I did to work around the bug, to let them know that it wasn't something that was super, super important. Like, customer already has a fix, so this is what happened, in case other people have an issue.
Yeah.
It's my bread and butter. I can't piss on it. Honestly, I have learned over time that you get so much better results when you talk with a smile on your face and you're sociable and you're not an asshole to people.
Yeah.
Especially the last one. Especially the last one and the first one.
Yeah, it's
It
definitely
dispels a lot of bad vibe from the conversation from the get-go. Nobody wants to deal with bug calls. Nobody wants to deal with problems. It gets rather sickening over time. So just be nice. Smile when you're typing it. The bug report, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely hit that on the head when you said, it's all in the attitude you take in it. I mean, they're not out to make our lives difficult. We're all wanting the same thing. So might as well do it in a manner that's acceptably and socially pleasing. No, like you said, nobody wants to deal with a jerk, and you don't have to be a jerk about it. Let's just calmly and respectfully work through those things.
And I mean, it helps because you're always going to need Bricklink support in the future for something. Because somebody's going to end up being equal to you, and you'll have a 200 lot order with bricks, and it would have been the grand total of $5.12 for that order. You were missing one brick or something like that, and the person's just going to get back on you. So what comes around goes around is what I mean.
Yes, it does seem to happen that way. So it's
I'm positive that if you're an ass to a complete stranger, that a complete stranger is going to end up being an ass to you in the future as well. Laws of energy, physics. Check it out. Sorry, about halfway through my Red Bull. So X21 had said that they are not using the automated system either.
Yeah.
And that their orders have significantly increased in October. And everybody should see somewhat of an increase in sales from October. October really is the beginning of buying season. And that is because of Halloween. The second most season in all of Legodom, if we can coin that. That's when you really see people actually going out and buying elements specific to the holiday. You don't really see that with summer outside of vegetation pieces, really, and then maybe the sale of minifig legs that have shorts or tank tops and bikini type things. But you really, really see that in the winter, and you also see a significant increase in sales in October because of of Halloween.
Yeah, it's definitely seasonal driven.
Did you see anything like that? Like I had mentioned in the past couple streams, trying to hint to people about this, how about Chimo is selling right now. And that's because they're monster faces.
Yeah, I mean, anything mask related, you better have that out in front, because it's seasonal selling, man. I've only had my store open a little over a year, and just in that short time, I could pick out the seasonal items, and definitely you begin to see a trend really quickly.
Yeah. Now, on a personal note, when Series 14 rolled out at the end of it, there I picked up 100 and something of the Skeleton Guy CMFs. The actual child that was in Series 14 that was dressed up as a skeleton, that came with the jack-o'-lantern with the unique colored handle on it. I was hoping that this would be the year where I finally started selling some of the skeleton boys during the Halloween season, but I did not sell any. But I did sell all of the jack-o'-lanterns, and that actually paid for the initial purchase of the entire.
There you go.
So, in my store with the 3-year hopes on it, which is my 3-year hopes on a sale is in 3 years, I believe that this unique element, the 6-month average, will reach what is now the available average. So that's what I'm basing my pricing on. Is it's a long-term pricing and goal in the store, and it's really starting to flip and pay off this year specifically. I've been planning out and gathering items for Halloween since the beginning. It's one of my favorite seasons, or one of my favorite holidays, and it looks great in Lego. This month we did absolutely phenomenal as far as sales, especially with regards to Halloween related.
Yeah.
But I didn't sell a single freaking little skeleton kit.
Not yet. Somebody will want 50 of them. And next year, or it depends on the mock that's going out, but they'll sell.
I might not sell any more Chima for the rest of the year, but I sold enough in the month of October to make me basically do backflips. So
yeah.
I turned on the camera and instantly two cords started pinging. All right, no big deal. We'll try to go as long as we can. What did you see? Did you discover anything in your store that you wish you had more of through the Halloween season? That you ran out of, that you just saw as being a constant seller, or that you just noticed more than you had previously? Do you ever sort of see that stuff when you're pulling?
For me, because I'm a new store, just having enough of the Halloween colors, orange, black, the glow in the dark stuff, those trans colors. I saw a lot of that stuff move. Like you said, anything monster related, man. I pushed that to the forefront, and it'll sell, man. It walks out the door in itself.
Actually saw a lot of minifig heads that came from very small child-related lines that have been over the years by AFOLs. So I saw a huge increase in sales in Chima, in Exo Knights, in any type of animal that was black in color, spider webs. I sold out of spiders.
Yeah.
I didn't have any skeleton heads to begin with. That's something that should always probably be stocked if you're going to plan out for the holidays. It's all sort of give and take as far as what really are holiday items. They're good things to try to plan ahead for, just like you want to try to get light in your store before the winter holiday season begins, which means for a lot of people parting out a lot of friend sets. So, those who don't know, friend sets have a much higher on a normalcy, not on every set, but on a normalcy, friends seem to have a lot more white elements in them. So white plates, white bricks, all go for both a higher dollar amount I've seen if you look at the 6-month average, and also with a higher frequency, of course, during the winter months. You can almost double the price of a white stud next month.
Yeah. Going back to what you had said earlier about the Nexo nights, man, back earlier this summer when our stores were just everything but giving it away, giving all the Nexo night stuff away. They just couldn't sell it for nothing. And I cleaned up on all of that line, and people were looking at me like I was nuts. Like, why are you wasting your money on that? Why are you buying all that Nexo nights? And
it's got crazy colors, but it's got crazy colors that boys tend to like more. So it's not a bad choice, you know.
Yeah.
Not that boys buy more than girls. It's just there seems to be more.
Yeah, and even the figs and the elements in there, specifically talking about Halloween, man. I more than made my money back on that whole lot, you know.
Yeah, there's so many creepy elements that go into the Nexo Nights figs, especially the helmets. Those rock helmets and the wings and stuff like that. You've got new colors in the wings. That was another great seller during the Halloween season was the black wings from Chima that came on the Ravens. It's funny how different things move at different times.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we have any more questions here. Not a lot of questions in the comments.
It's pretty quiet.
A lot of viewers, very little questions.
You guys must be
just started flashing.
Yeah, you guys must be sleeping in the chat here.
Something. All right. Get over to questions. We had a couple questions this week, actually. One question was, what was my maximum amount that I was billed per month from Bricklink? And I'm not actually going to answer that question because you can do math to find out an approximation of how much money I made that month. And it's never supposed. This show is not supposed to be about this. It's not supposed to be a showing off type of thing. It's supposed to be a sort of sharing the knowledge thing, because the way I look at it, a lot of my followers, a lot of the people that watch me are parents themselves, and they're doing the same thing I am, going towards their kids' future. So that's why I do this. It's not to be like, hey, look at me, I'm a big store. It's more of how we can all sort of help each other reach our final goals. So,
well said. That's
KC Metro did ask. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, well said. That's the reason why
That's why you and I got together.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. I was checking your stuff out, and we were on the same page and going in the same direction. So I was like, yes, I'm on that train. So let's go.
Yes, and you've taken the train to a new place that I want to go to. That's why I'm so into this for you. I've wanted to be able to do custom stuff for so long, but because of different anxietal reasons, I've never taken that giant step. But, the question is from KC Metro: what percentage of inventory is part out versus bulk buying these days? I find myself buying bulk a lot more lately, more control over what I put in the store and less madness than parting out sets. I'm still doing a lot of what Clutch used to term my laser-sighted purchasing, which was going after one specific element or group of elements quite a bit. But at the same time, I'm also in the middle of a brick box part out, so I'm probably doing the bulker buying thing just to sort of keep things fresh and not get burned out by looking at normal elements all the time. I actually really enjoy when new stuff comes in, because I like exploring new elements and checking them out, and nothing dirty or anything. Just I really like cool new things and sort of imagining what Um, I was actually talking to some folks that are no longer on YouTube, but still friends with, that are great Lego creators, and trying to get them to come back, but just sort of pinging new elements and colors at them. Like, hey, did you know that that flower from Friends, the flower stud, did you know that's now out in light bluish gray and it's back in white? Did you know that they now have, a stud in this color? Did you know that they now have this in this color? Just to try to get them back into it, because new colors can mean new possibilities.
Yeah, keep testing it real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is amazing to see the different colors that they come out with. It's always exciting because a lot of those colors have been long-awaited colors and those elements that we've wanted, and then when they come out with a completely new element, it's amazing to see the different members of the community use it in ways that I would have never thought to use it.
Yeah. Always fun. Always fun. Question from Brick Solutions: has anyone seen or know of brick boxes for Black Friday? If so, how many are you planning on getting them? I actually had this question last night, and it was answered by Brick Vibe, which I didn't know viewed the show, which is awesome. They were watching me on the Saturday stream last night, but I've been making the joke about slaying a hobo, and it's a joke. But they have verified that it will be a new brick box this year. I'll bet a tad bit smaller. So I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, it can go down to, I don't know, I don't want to give any up, but I mean, you can go down a little bit, $30, still be a good deal.
Yeah.
As long as it's not, 24 2x4 color that's never going to sell bricks in there. And then, how many are you going to get, Donnie?
I have no idea, because I've got to see where I'm at with the engraving and what kind. A lot depends on the capital too, what capital, because I just made a bunch of Bricklink orders for the engraving machine, and with stuff we're trying and new ideas that we want to launch. So it just depends on how good October sales are going to be and what kind of capital we've got available to do that with. But I would buy a ton of them if I could, and then set my little howler monkeys loose on sorting them.
All right. Well, if you can check out the internal chat, I just threw in there what the name of my old spot for Black Friday in the Seattle, Washington area was, and the instructions on how to ensure that you have a good, successful night. So there you go. I'm not going to use that information. I might as well pass it along.
Yep.
I'm not moving back. So I was able to. I probably, if I was a jackal, I probably could have pulled the entire pallet, and they helped me load my cart.
I saw, man, that was insane.
But I think that you would take the same approach as I did, which would be helping other people load their cart with the pallet that you are trying to get the entire thing, to keep the peace and goodness and good-heartedness. So,
yeah, you definitely got to take care of people.
So, Brick Vibe is in the chat as well. I think they're going to get any this year. They're not as impressed with it, and seriously, like, they just parted out, like, they're saying 500, but it's probably even more than that last year. 5 is an enormous Bricklink seller. I think they're probably 5 million pieces. If I had their email address right now, I would send them a link to have them come in and talk. And to share their thoughts if they ever want to.
If you haven't checked out their store.
What's that?
Oh, I was gonna say, if you haven't checked out their store on Bricklink, definitely go and
it's huge.
look at the inventory. Yeah, I mean, I could spend my weekly paycheck there alone for sure.
They're on a conference call, probably with like all of Germany. What can we provide you with? But I got a lot of questions actually this week from people who had heard at the end of 2 shows ago that I had been approached by some folks that were looking to unload possibly a very large amount of 76046, which is the one Wonder Woman set that was put out for the movie. I did receive my first batch of those. The person
Nice.
who had approached me was only able to get, I think it was 10 to 14 sets or something like that. They could put 5 sets into a
Mailer.
large priority container, and that's what I got. If I can get more later, I'm going to. Uh, I will shoot for the moon. I've been approached by a lot of people to ask me to shoot for the moon. I will. Come on, Donnie. Talk while I'm reading.
You got to keep up with the chat while
A little bit. Since you're not,
Yeah.
I do. But talk about what's the last thing you threw into your store, and did it make any difference? Do you think that if you constantly, do you think you have to constantly add stuff, or do you think you just can let it sit? What's your?
I've seen both ways. It depends on really where you want to drive your store. I mean, it goes back to what you do with it is what you're gonna get out of it. And I've seen both ways because I've been different throughout the different seasons over the past year. I have been in different spots, and I have seen times where I've been adding stuff like regularly and with the intent of drawing people in. Now, depending on what you add in, that's you gotta do that strategically, and that could draw customers in. I mean, everybody loves blue base plates. That was the last thing I put in my store, and of course they didn't last very long. And so you draw in new customers that way. But I do notice a significant uptake in when I add stuff. If I'm regularly adding inventory. And then on the flip side of that, if eventually somebody's going to need the things you have if you have them in quantity, and just sitting there, you can just sit there and let the store be quiet until one day you get a sizable order, and then off it goes. But I tend to see more product moving when I'm adding inventory. You gotta keep the flow coming and going, because if you have the same old, which a lot of the year I've had, and it was when I added that new inventory that draw new people in, people wanting certain items, that type of thing.
All right. Well, while you were able to talk, I was able to call up the set. We can take a look at it here. It is being
Nice.
reported by the best source I know as being set 010704. So let's do this. All right. So 0704. Here's the parts. 900 pieces, which is a drop of 40% over last year. Black looks all right. Surprised to see no 2x2 slopes so far. All right, decent. All right, so now we have the weirdness coming in. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, they got a couple interesting
That'll
pieces
sit,
in there.
that'll sit, that'll sit, that'll sit, that'll sit, that'll sit. That will sit. That'll sit. That of course will. A very poor success with this element, except for the color orange.
That is definitely an underused element because you have the capacity. That element could do so many things, and
Yeah. And it also fits with the adjacent items.
yeah,
That's diameter. At least there's some good DBG in there. That's always good to have.
that is
Dark
definitely
green
a staple color.
4 of these in pink, dark pink.
Yeah.
Great element. Those dark pinks will never sell. Well, I can't say never.
Xfinity said it was 18 pounds, and England is normally 30.
Good dark red. Good color to see. But
Yeah,
the 2x6,
never seen
the
that.
2x6 will sit there for forever, like the last 2 break boxes had. Unless you dump on the price. Dark tan, that's good right there. That's a good dark tan selection. Good for green too. Green's actually a difficult color to keep in. Be surprised how well lavender does. Aqua's not a bad seller. Lime is an underrated.
Hoosier, we're looking at the Wonder Woman set, I believe. Did you say
No,
it was
this is
107? Huh?
box.
Oh, the new brick box. Okay.
This is a Black Friday brick box. Lime is a very underrated color.
You couldn't let me string him along very
sorry.
much. No, that's okay, man. I'm just messing with him.
That's
okay.
My nemesis right here. Hate magenta. Medium azure. I honestly wish every single one of these medium azure elements was dark azure. It's tougher, rougher, more masculine older brother. It's a night and day selling difference between medium and dark.
All day long.
Good medium blue selections. Medium dark flesh got its place. Good color. Medium lavender. That 2x4 will sit there forever unless you dump the price. Orange, another underrated color. I realized orange was an underrated color when I went to go upload all of the brick box, the exact same brick boxes last year.
Yep.
Almost all of the orange had sold. So
That's one of those sleeper colors. Not many people realize how well it sells.
can't have enough of these pearl gold barbs. Red's always good. Some of these, if you have high quantity, you'll probably will move. If you don't, will not.
Papa.
Oh, look at this.
Find out
Brown. That's a good one.
how the trains go.
We need more reddish brown and dark brown elements and with the slope elements. So not everybody has to make a granite mountainside.
Yeah.
And stud. Sleeper. Glass. Excellent. What? All right, now at least we get one cool element out of this. Trans purple window glass. Two-phase demolition or double demolition and create a box for that one. All right, I'll be buying this just for the glass. That one piece. That's a good one right here in white. Not bad overall. Not bad overall, but 900 pieces, that's, you know, I won't be hitting it like I did last year. I'll get enough to do my.
Yeah. That's not a bad selection overall, though.
I'd have to be honest, like I'm making any decision on it. I'll run through every single color and every single element in there and, you know, run my numbers on it and see if it's a good idea to bring it in with what we've got coming in soon. So. But it's a brick box, you know. Can never really go bad, but you might want to watch yourself this year and not go hog wild. So $30, and it's gotten right now a 6-month average of 86.65, which means that it's almost immediately going to drop by $6 or more within a month after it comes out, because people will bury the needle on some of the parts.
Yeah. You can see
When
that.
are you gonna help us with the trains?
Okay.
I'll keep honking the horn till you answer.
Why does he look different today? You look different today, Donnie.
Why do I look different? I don't know. Maybe it's my disguise.
Glasses.
I don't know. I took a shower. I shaved.
All right. You want to feature your stuff a little bit and talk about, show off something, man. Give me you got a shamalama ding dong for me?
I don't. I wish I did. If I'd have been a good boy, I would have made you one right after the Saturday stream. But
I was if you could do it, if you had the ability to carve one out now.
I will do that, and then I've got to run. My wife is working this weekend, and so I'm the howler monkey game warden. So, but I'll do that real quick. And what color brick would you like that on?
Your pick. You're the master man. So,
all right.
But if you have it, I would like gold metal flake paint if available.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna turn the camera off so you don't get seasick from me moving around, and once I get it set up and get going, I'll turn it back on for a second.
All right. No problem. Okay, we'll just have my Donnie did have a stat. He had a beard type thing, man growth on his face yesterday.
What was that?
Hey, Big B, can you look at my wish? Help me out with my stick thing. I have no idea what that means. How can I look at your wish? I don't know how to look at wishes. If I did, that'd be like a superpower. All right, so Brick 5 is saying that they think that the price may possibly not be $30 as well. So, I don't know. You have to play it out there. If you went from 30 to 20, that's a reduction in 1/3 in price, but you had a reduction in 40% in volume. So, play it out either way. I don't know. And no big plate, and that's actually a really good thing, because big plates mean an almost immediate return on the box, and it's a satisfaction thing because you're getting sales before you're even done parting out the bastard. So, Bones wants to talk about the price. I think the price or aesthetics of using a 6x6 tile for sidewalks versus 9 2x2 tiles. I honestly think that it's not a. This is just me. I don't think it's a and or type of thing. I think it's if somebody wants to have a road sidewalk, basically a 16x32, and throw out a pattern. And once the pattern sticks and something you like, trim it down to where the building meets up against it and go with it. Because if you have just 6x6 tiles, how are you going to attach a minifig to the city sidewalk? It looks really clean, but there's no touch point. There I go once again, underselling myself, as I, for the one time in my life, have a huge amount of these 6x6 tiles in my store in both like Bush Gray and Bush Gray Shop Big Bricks. Donnie, here is a idea for you that would require some Photoshop skills, but the request is, can you detail a tile to look like brickwork or something for a sidewalk?
Brickwork or what for a sidewalk?
Something for a sidewalk.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I mean, depending on what type of design will require what level of Photoshop ability, but I mean, you're still on a 2D surface with the tiles. We just started etching on the tiles this last BrickCon, so it's definitely in the realm of possibility for sure.
No, Brian, wish lists are private on Bricklink. They're not able to be shared as far as I know. All right, Donnie's machine is up and on.
Do you think the wish list sharing ability, when do you think we'll see that?
I don't know that I want to.
Really?
Actually, I don't know if I want to share mine, but I might be willing to sell mine. Your superpower is having this cool engraver. My superpower is having information.
Information is power. There you go.
It is. Brains win on every time except when there's fat involved. I know The Walking Dead is coming on. I apologize. I did not start on time tonight because I have respect for hauling and balling, and they went a little long. So, please feel free to continue with us and just hit pause. You know, they're going to have a commercial 30 seconds in anyways that you're going to be sick of. You'll be able to fast forward right over that if you tune in for a little while longer. All right, see if we have any more questions. And we're waiting.
I actually have a.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I actually have a lot of friends that they've wanted to send me their
their want list just to make it easier on orders, just, but I mean, it depends on, it depends on what they're wanting and what they're needing, I guess. But,
Okay. No, I understand what Brian is asking. Brian is saying that he thought that the wish list was for other members to contact you that you wanted. Oh, that'd be different. I don't know if I would like that, but it might be a decent feature for some. But no, what your wish list enables you to do is if you go to a person's Bricklink store, you can actually go into your wish list and see what parts they have that you want, and quickly add those to your cart if they do happen to have them. So if that's something that people have difficulty with, we can definitely do a show on how to shop on Bricklink. If that's something folks want, let me know. Has anybody gone and gotten the Vistaprint deals? Nope.
what Vistaprint deal?
Have you ever gotten cards? And if you did you see an advantage of getting one-sided versus double-sided? I would think that if the price is right, you could do double-sided. You should do double-sided because you can tell them more stuff. All right.
I think that word shamalama ding dong is right up there with supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I mean, I might need a 1x16 to put it on.
You can say it fast enough. It's really quite atrocious.
Yeah.
Oh, just got an email about 45 minutes ago from Foo. Foo's away from the house. All right. If anybody, I occasionally get a Bricklink order and then immediately get another email from PayPal that says funds are on the way, and I always cringe because I think, oh no, they paid somehow already. No.
There we go.
All is quiet now.
All right, we're going to close up the show pretty soon here. Donnie's got going on.
Just see if I can get this puppy out of here. Let's see. Fresh off the engraver there. You gotta clean all those wonderful ABS particles that are great for your lungs out of there. Once you breathe in enough of those particles, life becomes so much better. But there it is. Shamalama Ding Dong. And the brick beneath it is Lego Saturday Stream.
Very cool, man. That is awesome.
It's kind of hard to read without the paint in there, but we'll get it painted up and get it off to you.
That looks awesome, Don. That looks awesome. And how can people go and contact you if they have an interest in it?
Right now, the best way is through Instagram. I'm on Instagram as ABC Builds. So it seems the easiest way.
Yeah, and you can sort of work things out from there if anybody has any interest.
Yeah, just shoot me a DM on Instagram and we'll go from there. And that's probably where I'll be featuring a lot of the upcoming new products and new ideas that we're doing, definitely be hitting those up and just throwing the net out there, seeing what we can come up with.
Right on, right on. All right, we'll check out Donnie. I'm gonna close it out the show, Donnie. You got anything else
Sounds
you want to? You got anything else you want to get in there?
Nope, appreciate it. Glad to be with you. Appreciate your patience with
I appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you coming in and chatting with us about this. And it's always good to see somebody else that you know in the community, especially somebody who's doing what you do, go and make another goal, another bound, take another step towards success. And I've got a lot of hopes for you on this, and I really think it's going to do well. I think some of the ideas that the community are coming out with are great. I can't wait till next Halloween when you are doing etched glass with ghosts on them and stuff like that. So, I mean, lots of things that can come, and lots of success to you. We are still running the giveaway in my store, which is with every order you have a chance to win modular. Over there, detective's office. I've also arranged for a new person to come in on the Bricks Out game. So we've got a new sponsor coming in there. We just got a resupply from yohowie.com for his space. And lots of great stuff with that. There's still, I think we're about 3/4 of the way through with the raffle tickets that have been given away for the Mindset, which is all social media followers. If you spend more than $25, you get a raffle ticket for a chance to win the Mindset. Only 100 tickets. And I think we're in the 40s now for the Bricks Out game, so that should be ending within the next 10, 15, 20 balls, hopefully. I've got about 100,000 elements to add to the store, or a little bit, 80,000 elements to add to the store. I just added 20,000 a little bit ago. Big thanks to Mevitz Bricks, who made a run to his local Lego store for me. He was hard to go in there, but very cool for him to offer. And picked me up some Translite blue studs that I threw in the store. And also big thanks to X31 or X21 or Xfinity 21 X21 for hooking me up with the Lester, as well as London Bricks, who was able to help me out with those as well. Those are not a sale item for me. Those are personal. I'm just thanking them now for that because these are the awesome connections that I'm making through this stream with you guys that is helping me with my Lego addiction and all that great stuff. I've got 3 critical cores right now. I'm gone. See you guys next week, next Sunday, on another edition of the Seller Stream. Go check out ABC Builds on Instagram if you have any questions whatsoever. If you're into brick engraving or another element engraving, remember it's a 2D thing. So, there you go. That's it. That's all. I'm Big BI Brick. Don't forget, I've got that up and coming sale starting next week for Veterans Day. Those that do not know, I run 2 sales a year. Veterans and Memorial Day, they're all geared towards a give back towards active duty and veterans. What we do is we discount all parts in the store by 10%, and then have a thing set up for every 1,000 pieces that people who did not serve in the military purchase. People who are serving or have served in the military will receive an additional 1% off of their order. Now, the deal with them is during the time for the sales, the veterans are included in with the exact same deals as active duty get, which means that they're getting free shipping on their order and 10% off their order. So what that means to a veteran, if they come in and make an order, is you're getting 10% off your order off the bat already. You're getting another 10% off your order because of the sale itself. Then you get 1% additional off it for every 1,000 elements that other people purchased that have not served. If you have a coupon already, a repeat offender coupon, this all stacks with that. If you also have a coupon from Bricks Out for 10% off your order, it also stacks with that. So I've got a video that I made a while back from when Cool Kid Bricks came in, and he purchased like $100 worth of stuff, and it was like a $26 tab for him. So as a veteran or active duty member, you guys can really make out with deals on this. That's the purpose of it. That's why I do this. It's sort of a give back from me to you. I feel as though we veterans want to take care of ourselves and each other, very much so. And I encourage people who did not serve to enable that for you. So I'll post a video with the part count in the store or whatever beforehand if folks are interested in following that. But I talked long on this, and 4 cores overheating. That's it. That's all. I'm Big B Eprick. Thanks for joining another edition of the Solar Stream.